Monroe? Shit. How marriage originated. Here's the story of marriage, and how it was accidentally created centuries ago. In 1232, prostitutes were everywhere. It was most women's only skilled trade. Because women couldn't get married in the 13th century, they had to tramp themselves out. It's all chicks could do. The world's oldest profession. Anyways, there was a man that lived in town named David. And David was a humble writer, a poet. Every weekend, he'd spend some of his writing money on female company. There was one female companion that stood out. His favorite hooker, Edith. She was also favored by other men in the village. David was finding it harder and harder to get a night with the beloved, Edith. After trying many nights to book Edith. One day, David saw Edith and approached her. And proposed a question. He offered Edith double the amount of nightly pounds if she promised 10 consecutive nights with him. She agreed. And they enjoyed the next 10 nights together. Months pass. David still has a hard time booking his favorite prostitute. She'd be gone and booked for the night before David got a shot. Until, finally, he saw her available. David proposed Edith with a new offer. 10 weeks exclusively to himself for 2.5 times the nightly wage. Plus, David offered free residency with him for the next 10 weeks. She agreed. 10 weeks come and go, and Edith is off to the streets again. And David returns to his quest of booking Edith. Months go on. David has even more of a difficult time getting her. With her 10-week absence, she's now in high demand amongst loser blacksmiths. Edith is nowhere to be found. 8 months pass without David being with his hooker love. Until one day, there she was, finally. This time he wanted to make sure he'd never be without her. He proposed a new offer. He said to her, "I'll finance you. For a lifetime. I'll give you over 50% of my writing income. You can stay at my residence, for a lifetime. You won't have to work the streets again." She was hesitant. David then got down on one knee, as if begging. He also added more to the offer. He pulled out a ring made of precious metal. This ring acted as a sign-on bonus. Plus David offered her a party in her honor, with a feast and ceremony. A party where she could invite her prostitute friends, to shove in their face the fact she'd be retired at 26. And another bonus, he offered all of his wealth to be transferred to her upon his death. That was a sweet deal for her. Edith said, "I do." Marriage was born. Men considered themselves to be married, with an available, reserved prostitute on call, 24/7. This trend caught on. Men were proposing financial long-term offers to women all the time. Men were becoming married. The words, "I'll finance you," was proposed to prostitutes all over for the next 100 years. "I'll finance you," later became known as the word, fiancé. See, between the two Middle Ages, there was a marriage age. Period.